and welcome to Stunt Hangar Video Hangouts. My name is Charles Carter, and I'll be your host this evening. I want to extend to you my gratitude for you watching Stunt Hangar Video Hangouts. If you're watching this as a replay, I want you to know that I host these YouTube live streams every Monday and Friday evening starting at 6:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So please make a note of this so you can watch and be part of the live stream. Plus, we have an after party following the live stream, which is sometimes better than the live stream portion. You must be a registered Stunt Hangar Forum member to find the link to be part of the live stream and the following after party. Here at Stunt Hangar Video Hangouts, we talk about building and flying model airplanes, sport flying, competition flying, and what you've been doing lately. To join our conversation, if you are already a member of Stunt Hangar Forum, you can find the link if you scroll down to the section called At the Bench, which is right below in memory of our friends. Now, if you're not a member or if you're not logged into Stunt Hangar Forum, the At the Bench link will not appear. Now, if you're not a member, please register at stunthangar.com/SMF. That's stunthangar.com/SMF. That's Smart Men Flying. That's courtesy of Jeff Riley. You must place a space between your real first and last name when you register. You must also use a valid email address or Sparky. The proprietor of Stunt Hangar will not approve you. Now, if you're inclined to not come in, and you enjoy watching us on YouTube, wonderful, fantastic. You can enter your questions or comments over here at the chat box. I'll do my best to make your comments or questions a part of the show. Understand, sometimes I can't get a word in myself, so be patient, and I will ask our illustrious panel your question or state your comment. By the way, you can only make your comments or questions known during a live stream. So like I said earlier, I host these YouTube live streams every Monday and Friday evening starting at 6:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you find the Stunt Hangar Video Hangouts that I host or the many building videos, contest coverage that Sparky does on this platform informative and enjoyable, please hit the thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Subscribe, share the videos, comments on the videos also help the Stunt Hangar YouTube channel grow. Please consider joining Stunt Hangar's YouTube channel membership starting at just $4.99 a month, which is less than 17 cents a day. And by the way, I'm a member. I have the $4.99 come out of our own checking account, and I don't miss it, and I suspect you won't miss it either. So you can also use the super chat, which is right below the chat box right over here. And if you're watching this as a replay, you hit the three dots and then select Super Thanks. And that's a way you can support us through a donation. You can donate any amount you like. I just hope that you would donate inclined to what you're getting in return. Now, your support helps offset some of the expenses of running Stunt Hangar. And with your memberships, when you join the YouTube channel memberships, you get special badges that Sparky and I can see in the chat box, and you have unlimited replay of member-only videos, and it's a great way to support the channel. It's consistently support us that way as opposed to just remembering to do the donation. And now this is Sparky's YouTube channel. This is not mine. I'm in here twice a week. I set the show up, run it Monday and Friday nights, and then I don't come back again until either the following or Monday or Friday night. If you want to get in touch with me, the best way to do that is to go to my YouTube channel, which is called Flying Control Line Stunt. Repeat that, Flying Control Line Stunt. And if you would, please locate the 2019 AMA National Championship video, which is a video that Sparky shot with his video camera of me flying his beautiful and light Junar XL. It was orange back then. Now it's white with orange trim. Check out the video. It's like a bucket list day for me as my first time at the Nationals on the L pad and doing my first official flight. That's what Sparky caught on camera, so check it out. I want to thank you for your past, your present, and future support. You are making it happen. Please keep the conversations family room friendly, and please don't use words or do things you wouldn't say or do around your own children and grandchildren. And without any further ado, now I'm going to post the link. Actually, I already posted the link I've been posting it early now. And I see that Gary took advantage of that, right, Gary?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess the link works, right?
Yeah.
You went through at the bench, right?
Right. Right.
All right, cool. Fantastic. Let me go to the control panel and let me get this other monitor set up so I can see what's going on. I can keep track of the chats that way. And I also see how the stream is going. Let me click on that right now. Where is it at? There we go. So how's your day been?
Very good.
All right. Did you see the
Yeah.
solar eclipse?
Oh yeah, they had glasses and we all went out and on their little patio thing like and
Wow. So did you see the corona
had drink.
around the was the corona
Well,
all the way around?
all I got was just a wee little sliver, even more than what I thought I was going to see, or less than what I was going to see, just around the edge of it. Didn't go completely black, it was just, but we had just
Wow.
a little sliver just around the edge, and then that sliver kind of moved around
Wow, that is
inside that.
awesome.
Yeah, that's
So,
kind of
so
neat.
did it get dark?
No, didn't. Well, not that dark, really.
Interesting. Okay.
Just
Well, I didn't see anything out here in Southern California. I was outside and I might have missed it, but I couldn't tell. Nothing, there's no significant change.
yeah, you're
And,
quite a ways away. Yeah.
I was actually not in the path of the that's going to go across the nation or went across the nation. Let me see here. We got Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. It says, yo, got that yo back. All right. Thank you, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. And Gary Sinclair, who's in the gallery with me right now. He's our first member of our YouTube channel. He's in there. He has a blue wrench as well. He's a monitor. And he says, hi, everyone. Like provided. And then Philip Bailey, he says, like delivered. Thank you, Philip. Appreciate that and appreciate your support, Gary. I thank you very much for your support. I even saw, I think one of the shows I saw recently when it was Sparky and Dan. I saw that you had given a $20 super chat.
Yeah, I saw you on there.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
That was awesome. I mean, you do the membership and then you gave us a nice super chat. So
yeah,
thank you very
every
much.
once in a while. Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And then Marcel Legrand, he says, hi, Charles, and everyone at Stunt School. We are in session. We have 15 concurrent viewers right now, and we only have 12 likes. I like to have 100%, y'all. So hit that, smash that like button, get us up to 15. And if you ever during the show discover you haven't hit the like button, please do that. And if you hit it again, sometimes it'll unlike. So make sure you're still on the positive side. So now we have 12 out of the 15. Thank you very much. And that's about it. So I went out flying today, but when I went there, they was I fly at a city park, and they was mowing the grass with this big lawnmower. It wasn't quite on the field that I fly at, but I knew there was just a matter of time for them to get there. So I just waited. Joe Mata actually joined me. We was just talking while they were cutting, and then Joe Mata had to leave, and then I started pulling things out of my vehicle, and I realized I didn't have my flying lines or my flying handle. Now, mind you, I must have waited at least a half hour, it seemed like, waiting for them to cut the lawn. So I was just so mad that during that time of waiting, I could have went back home and got my lines and handle. And the wind came up. I don't know what the wind was. I didn't have my anemometer to see what the wind was, but I could tell the wind was probably around 8 or 9. I looked at my phone and it said it's like 9 miles an hour, and it's going to be 10, 11, 12. It's just going to get worse and worse. And so I actually did not fly. I actually ended up putting everything back in the vehicle and went back home. And so tomorrow, I'm determined to go fly tomorrow. The lawn is cut. I mean, the grass is cut. So I want to definitely make it out there tomorrow. Because I had put I had a modified muffler on my LA-25 on my stunt trainer, and it didn't have a nipple or a fitting for the pressure. and I was going to drill out and tap and put it, but you know what? I already have a stock muffler which has the nipple on it, so I could run pressure. So I just put the stock muffler on it, which is a little bit heavier than the modified muffler I had, and I put a spinner on it. So I actually ended up taking off some nose weight to get to balance at the same place where it was bouncing before. And I have this thing. It's called a Great Plains CG machine, so for center of gravity.
Yeah.
I actually love that machine because it's nice. I can record in millimeters where the center of gravity is, or maybe it's centimeters, and it's convenient to write that down. And if I ever have to do any repairs or modifications, I can I can set the plane back up to where it was originally. So that way, when I go back to the field, the plane has the same feel, same response that I had, even after a crash or major modification. I can get that CG back because I captured what it was in centimeters from the leading edge. It's a great tool. I wish I had another one. They're out of production, but anybody who has one, let me know what they think about it, or if they have another CG machine they like, let me know about that. But I really like it. And we have a new one in the chat, not new, but another one. John Pohl says, "Hi all, hey John Pohl, how you doing?" Hey John Pohl, do you are you a member of our YouTube channel? I mean, are you a member of the Stunt Hangar forum? Because the link is posted there. I'd love for all you guys to come on in. You know, Marcel Legrand,
Mhm.
um,
Yeah.
you know, come on in. And we got Howard Rush
Yeah.
in the house.
Hi, Howard.
Hey Howard, how you doing?
Okay.
All right. So now I know you didn't see any of the eclipse, right? You didn't see any of the solar eclipse.
Saw none of it.
None of it. I know you're too far north.
Yeah.
Yeah. West.
It just went through where Sparky used to live in Ohio. Went right over that.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the map of how it went across the United States. Seemed to be down in I think Mazatlan was the very first place to hit the North America, then went up to the out to the East Coast. Interesting. I would have loved to have seen it. I mean, a total
Yeah.
solar eclipse would be awesome.
Yeah.
I've just seen partials, if I remember correctly. So, what you been up to, Howard? You been doing any flying or been working in your shop?
Went and went out with Mark Redner to fly combat planes yesterday.
Oh, where at?
Uh, Kent, Washington.
Oh, okay. How far is that from Olympia?
About 30 miles.
Oh, okay. Very good. So, how was it? How long has it been since you've flown combat?
Long time, but I didn't fly. I just let go of his airplane and got in the way.
All right. What was it? What was he flying?
F2D.
Was it one of those Walkermans, or you know what the kind of plane it was?
Um, it's made by a guy in Moldova
Okay.
on the team, U.S. team.
Yeah, because the guys I fly with, the Walkermans are very popular.
Hmm.
The new ones, I mean, all of them are good. I have a Walkerman myself. I have a Walkerman, I have a Voodoo, and I have a Matador.
Oh, yeah, Lopez.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I haven't flown a combat plane in probably a year, I think. I wouldn't be surprised if it's been a year. Yeah, it has a ASP 32 on it, running on a bladder.
Ask 32. Well,
Yeah, it's a ball bearing motor,
yeah.
very powerful. It's starts on a couple flips or so. It run nice. I really like it. Looks like Stuart Morrison's in the house. Hey Stuart, how you doing?
Good, Charles.
Thanks for
So,
coming in. I appreciate it.
yeah,
What you been up to?
uh, not much. Working on a tail wheel tonight. I saw an eclipse today.
Did you really?
Yeah, it was pretty
Wow.
cool. It was kind of neat. We're in one of the best areas for it. It was just a little bit hazy, but it was pretty good. The when it was in the total eclipse phase, you could actually see oh shoot, now I can't think of what they are. The bursts outside of the sun that come out.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Okay.
It was pretty neat to see. Yeah. Got almost dark.
Almost dark. Okay. I've
Or
heard
it
that
gets,
you also
yeah,
can see the
it doesn't
stars.
get dark, but it gets like it's in a late evening, like pretty much sun's starting to kind of gone down, but so but it was pretty cool. So
Yeah, I would love to see a full solar eclipse. I would like to see that. I understand you can see the stars too. You might. I mean, with your naked eye, you can see stars you normally don't see.
I didn't look around for that. They said you could, but I don't know if I saw that or I didn't look for it, I guess, because I didn't look behind me. I should have, um yeah, solar flares is what it is. So you'd see the eclipse and then you'd see a little blimp of red.
Hmm.
Um and it was kind of, there was two of them that we could see. So I thought that was kind of cool because it'll tell you how big they are if you can see it from here.
Yes, I know.
Mhm.
So,
That is something to think about how big they are. We
yeah.
have Edward Carlisle. He said, like, sent. Thank you, Edward. Appreciate that. So you've been working on a tail wheel. Is it going to be a noisy tail wheel or a quiet tail wheel?
Oh, it's just it's isn't it? Nothing big.
Let
Tail, you got to put the wire on for the stooge
me make it
tonight.
big here. Show me that again.
Just a basic wheel. And that, oops,
Right.
Whoops.
was a
Yeah.
basic wheel.
So,
So,
so Howard, what do you think? You think it's going to be a noisy tail wheel?
Well, if it stays on, the main thing is get it to stay on.
yeah. So, and then I got my little bushing there.
Yeah, raise it up for me. I can't see it.
Oops.
Whoop.
That, that, that's the
Not
problem.
glued on yet, but I got this little that little bushing. I've showed you those before.
I don't remember. You probably have, but I don't remember.
So it's like actually a clock bushing. So
Really?
it's just little brass, and then on the this side there's a little indentation. Now, in the clock on the arbor, that's where it gets oiled. The oil stays in that little indentation cup
Okay.
kind of thing, and then it's flat. You probably can't see it, but it's flat on there. You can see the flat flange.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
So it rests up against the wheel pretty good.
Are
Yeah,
those
that's pretty neat.
commercially available?
Sorry?
Are the clock things commercially available, or you got to take a clock?
No, no. There you if you go to well, it's out of Toronto. They're watching clock repair
Oh,
parts. Um so you can actually order it online, call them up. But there's a whole selection of these. There's not just a few of them. Let me show you.
Yeah, show us.
Um
I might want to buy some. Or
well,
Joe Mott, I might want to
you
buy
can
some.
buy them. You can buy them in packets of like 10 or 20. But let me see, this is the plate. So I could stick the arbor in one of these holes, find out which one fits the best.
Right?
Okay, actually. And then so if this one fits the best, for example, I've got three different thicknesses.
Right?
So you can pick the one you think works best. So like the actual length of the bushing.
Okay. I follow
So
you. So that one that you have, which one is that one?
KWM's the actual company. But these are, I have a huge selection because I used them for clock repair. There's two of these. So
mm.
it shows you how many are available.
Wow.
So what you do is you cross-reference the number. So if you have like 12 or something, you go one, and then you slide this across. I'm not going to do it because they'll fall out, but one, and you go down to two. So it'll be right about here. You bring the
Right.
two over to here, and it'll be a well, and they'll all be sitting inside. but these are all the different, there's like 100 and something variations.
Wow. So
Could you use them in line lead outs where your line comes out of the wing there?
No, they're not for lead outs. It's for the
Uh,
pushing on the tail wheel. It's
I know.
instead of using a washer.
Okay, but you couldn't use them in your wing then.
I guess you could. They're pretty small. You wouldn't have much to hold on to
Oh, I
inside.
got you. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So, but for this, I find it works pretty good. It's small. So yeah, you can get them out of Toronto. H&W Perrins is the company that I buy them from. I used to buy all my watch parts from them and a lot of stuff parts. So
very cool. That is very cool. It's neat how the crossover of all kind of things,
Yeah.
you know. Oh, you got some balloons there, Howard? What's up?
it's got some new flight gear.
I just saw some balloons go across. Was that balloons?
I know of no balloons.
Okay. What was that? Because you were small, I couldn't see. I had Stuart big, so you're very small.
It's this house is haunted, so
Uh,
Oh, Howard.
oh, that's funny. That's funny.
I saw something go across too, I
Yeah,
thought.
so did I. I know he's just he's not aware of it because it might have been behind him. Maybe Mary Lou is
no, she's downstairs.
maybe he thinks he's downstairs.
Uh, well, the view here, it's too high to see a cat if the cat went by.
No, it wasn't a cat. It was like multicolored balloons. When you watch it on replay, if you watch replay, you'll see what we're talking about. So if you want, you can watch it on replay, and then you'll know your house really is haunted.
Oh,
So let's see here. So what's going on? Anybody else have anything they want to mention or have a question or comment?
Oh,
I just sent Sparky some zigzag files.
Okay, cool.
have any of you guys ever used an OS 60 FP?
No, not me.
Um,
Pretty heavy motor though.
are they that heavy? Wasn't sure. I thought if the 40 FP was okay, maybe it'd be okay at a 60. I don't know.
You think so, wouldn't you?
Yeah, unfortunately, it's the weight of that motor is
Oh, is it that high? Okay.
yeah, outweighs the benefit. There are other 60s that are better, like the Super Tiger 60 is lighter.
Do you ever use probably you wouldn't, I think it's too big, a Super Tiger G90?
Holy cow.
That I just saw it online. I was just curious about it. I didn't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. I've never used either one of those motors. I mean, I use a Stalker 81. If you want a big block motor, and my Stalker 81 is I like it. Sounds lovely.
Well, when I saw this, I just thought it was probably way too big, but
yeah. Did you see it on eBay or what?
no, it was just on Facebook or something. But I just didn't know anything about them because I've never used well, for control line, I've never used a Super Tiger.
Yeah, the Super Tiger 60 and the light case Super Tiger 60 is what you want. And then the Super Tiger 46 is another good motor. I've used those two, Super Tiger 60 and a Super Tiger 46. I've heard the Super Tiger 34 is pretty good, but I've never used that. And the G21 Super Tiger 35, that's a good combat motor, right? Right, Howard?
It was in my day, yes.
Yeah, and not so much a stunt motor, right?
No, that'd be terrible, but it's fun for stunt. They'd be like taking a vintage Ferrari and making a pickup truck out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember I've never flown with a Super Tiger G2135, but I actually helped a friend and we started it on his plane. And my description of that engine was that it was wicked. I mean, it's really powerful. I was
Wicked.
like, wow, that motor is wicked.
Wicked.
Yeah, wicked. Yeah, it had a lot of power. I mean, that was a pretty powerful motor for
Did
its. What was that, Howard?
the crankshaft break?
No, no, it was just I was holding the plane and the motor was running, and I could just tell that that motor just was wicked.
Wicked, yeah.
A lot of power.
Yeah.
What do you got there, Stuart?
My
Make
I'm
it
gonna
big
call
here.
Cardinal X.
Cardinal X.
Yeah, I'm putting a plane together here, and it's not an original Cardinal wing. That's the one Len had, and he gave me, and I'm fixing over. But this is almost the basic fuselage for the Cardinal.
Yeah.
But I just got a question. When you got your tanks going on, do you always put them this way, or has anybody ever put them this way?
Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I've put it the first way.
Most people do.
Yeah, I
think.
just
But I didn't know if there was a reason to go this way for any reason, or do they always do it this way pretty well, don't they?
yeah. Well, is there a little bubble on top? Is there a little
No, not on this one. This is a Brodak, or not Brodak. Shoot.
It's not
Yeah.
Sullivan, it's not Dubro, right? It's the other one. Oh, it's Dubro? Okay.
So
Yeah, I don't know. I just think filling it up with the overflow being up to the top of the of that clunk tank, it's just a little bit easier to deal with having the overflow up there at the top. And
yeah, it's I
if you had
guess.
it horizontal as opposed to vertical like you have it right now, um, I just think it would just be better that way.
Yeah, that makes sense. So I just thought I'd ask to see if there's some
Yeah.
way to.
Hey, but try it. Maybe you might discover something we don't know.
Yeah. Well, that's why I ask all these questions, because I don't. There's so many things you need to learn. So
Yeah, and there's so many things I've just copied. You know, I see people doing it successfully, and I don't question everything. And
yeah,
I see what people do, and I do that.
that's
I have plumb tanks out, and even just doing all the piping inside, it'd be easier to me have it mounted vertically to deal with the piping, all the plumbing.
okay.
Are you gonna make that clunk tank the mount adjustable? I've seen clunk tanks where they still make it where they can move it up and down.
I wasn't gonna make it that way. I'm one that's a believer in, and I don't know. I don't know that much about this stuff, but I like the idea of having the muffler pressure if possible.
Yeah.
And so far so good. I mean, that's the way I've done it. So I think that's pretty much what I'm gonna do with this.
So how are you planning on mounting or attaching that to the side of the
I'm
fuselage?
probably just gonna use some hooks and bands.
Okay. Yeah, you can
So
still adjust the tank by turning that what do they call that?
bun.
The bun. Yeah, you can still adjust it by turning the bun either
Yeah.
to lower or raise the fuel pickup
Yeah.
to get your even motor runs, even engine runs, inverted and upright.
Yeah.
But I've had them where I could actually move the tank physically to accomplish the same thing without having to turn the bun.
You use the plastic ones and still move it up and down?
Yeah, I would like use some RTV or silicone glue, glue it to a piece of wood, and then have some standoffs for the
Oh,
wood
nice.
so that I could actually put some
So you put a plate of wood along, say here in a sense, and then
right.
put it in at the ends to move it up and down? Like
Yeah, have some standoffs so that it's not against the fuselage. I can put either a zip tie or a what's the other one? Velcro, so I can attach the if I didn't glue it to the wood, I would attach it. That's why the standoffs would give me the space to put the zip tie or Velcro behind that wood that I can attach it to that wood. And then the standoffs would move that wood off the fuselage so that the zip tie or the Velcro can go behind that. Do you follow me? I'm not sure if it's making sense.
Yep, I know what you're kind of saying. The one reason I was thinking too of like be able to move this up and back a little bit because I don't know how this CG is going to work out on this thing.
Yeah,
So
yeah, it's true.
that's why I kind of wanted to do the band thing. So I don't know. I guess you could do it the other way too. Move it back and forth. You could rig it that way, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, yeah.
Dennis got his movie star glasses on
I
tonight.
saw him. That's why I was laughing. I saw his solar eclipse glasses.
Yeah.
Let me,
Right in the groove.
let me replace. People can see him. Yes, there you
Yeah.
are. You're out of this world, Dennis.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
So I imagine you did see the solar eclipse.
Yeah. Last thing in my life I'll ever see.
Yeah.
Go blind.
I forgot to put the glasses on. So no, we had a 99.7% totality.
Wow.
So I was all excited about that. And then I was actually kind of surprised at how it didn't get nearly as dark as I thought it would. And the light that we did get was like a an arc light or something like that. It was incredibly white and incredibly sharp shadows and everything like that. It was really strange. So
Yeah.
but while the sun was darkening, you could hear all the, we got a couple of bird feeders in the backyard, and the birds were going crazy, making noise and everything like that. What the heck's going on here?
Yeah, I bet. I bet.
And then after it got dark and it got light again, it's like, oh, second breakfast, and they all started eating. They all started attacking the feeders like they do first thing in the morning. So
Yeah, habits are hard to kill.
yeah, it's crazy.
It's like
It's
that was a
crazy.
short day. Oh, new day. All right, let's eat.
Yeah, that's it. New day, new day. So no, it's actually one of the nicer days we've had here in Tripe this year. We hit 73 degrees, and it wasn't blowing a hoolie. Wasn't exactly flying weather, but it was good. I got to mow my lawn, which means I don't have to do it tomorrow or the next day. So that's always a good thing. But anyhow, sorry I'm late here. So my goodness, we got not a lot of folks here tonight. What's going on? Everybody still stuck waiting for the eclipse or something?
I don't know what's going on. Maybe they can't see. Maybe they got blinded by the light.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Surprised, but it happens. We'll make the best of it.
Did you see the flares come out from the edge of the eclipse?
No, nothing like that. Nothing like that. It was with the glasses, you could see that there was something bright up there, and that was about it. And it was, it was really toned down. What really disappointed me was pictures I tried to get, and it had a filter to put over my camera and everything like that, so nothing would burn up or wouldn't burn myself looking at it or anything. And even when the sun was just a little slit of light at the edge, good old iPhone pictures looks at that. It painted in a complete circle for the sun.
Wow.
It was like, what the heck? Didn't they get Didn't they get the news?
Message?
Didn't they read? Yeah, didn't they read the
Did you
memos?
use a smartphone?
Yeah.
Maybe you
So
use a smartphone. That's why.
yeah, maybe.
You need to use a dumb phone.
Well, I think I'd use when it comes back here in 39 years or whatever they said, I'll have a regular digital camera for it. And the hell with this noise, the smartphone stuff. But no, I was surprised at that. We were trying to take pictures. We were getting, sequence. You could see things were happening. You could see this, the eclipse playing itself out. And every picture we took was a full sun. We couldn't understand what was going on. So
that's interesting.
I did do a little reading afterwards, and I guess that's been a common complaint with iPhones, I suppose with Androids too, that they basically have a lot of things in there to make sure that your pictures don't turn out bad. So even if it sees something it doesn't like, it fixes it, whether it needed to be fixed or not. So
Right.
Yeah.
so oh well.
Mm.
Let me see here. Marcel Legrand says, I have done that too, Charles. Forgot my fuel. Yeah. Yeah. I was talking to another control line guy about my experience today, and he said he forgot his fuselage one time. So I went to the flying field, Dennis.
Hmm.
I get there and they're mowing the lawn, which I'm excited about that. I didn't want to get in the guy's way. He first was mowing the soccer field, and I knew that he was going to mow where I fly it next. So we waited. Then Joe Mata joined me. Must have had to wait about a half an hour at least. So he gets done, and I started unloading my car. Then I realized I didn't bring my flying lines or my handle for my stunt trainer. So I was like, oh man, I'm just not. And the wind was beginning to blow. So I just said, forget it. I went home. So I was telling this other guy about my experience. And he said, oh, I can beat that. I go, I forgot the fuselage. I go, yeah, that definitely is a way.
Okay.
Because I could have found another pair of flying lines and a handle. I would have just had to find a new neutral. I just didn't want to go through all. But if you don't have your fuselage, that's kind of a deal.
Yeah.
I guess I've left my fuel home once. Or actually, I brought the wrong batteries, and so that kind of shortened my day. But it happens.
I went to
It
the
happens.
forgot my transmitter.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I have another buddy who did that, and he drove a good distance to come fly with me.
Hmm.
He forgot his transmitter, and he was like, "Wow."
Yeah.
So I told him, "You're going to do that one time. You're not going to do that again. Don't worry about it."
Yeah. I had somebody forgot their wing for their flight.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Either
a few
you
or the
get the
fuselage. Yeah.
fuselage.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
deal breaker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hey, on these engines you're talking about, nobody's making any engines now, right? Or
I know
like
that
Enya? Is Enya making engines?
I think so, but he makes them in runs.
Oh,
You don't know when he's going to make the motor you want. But control line parts, you can get stocker motors. I think from 40 on up to 81, they're still available. And I think Rojet makes engines. Dubjet and Richard Oliver, they make Rojet engines. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of engines that are dedicated toward control line that are in production. But we have a lot of electric motors, a lot of electric batteries, a lot of electric. Matter of fact, I just ordered a non-spark arming switch. And I thought, I'm going to use that for my new SV11, so I should get that tomorrow.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Is that Charles? That it's like a suppressor for the. I've heard of them for the spark, right? So you don't get that.
Yeah.
Is that something that's goes between the battery and then your ESC kind of thing?
The harness goes between the battery and the ESC, and then it has an open circuit where the plug goes in, and the plug is the main current. That's the main current source for everything. And then the harness has a little push button switch on it that nothing happens until you push the button, and then it's I believe there's a resistor in there also, and you push the button and it like completes the circuit at a very low current capability, but it's enough to prevent it from sparking when you plug the arming plug in.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's actually okay, that's the one I got from was it HTI made that one. Is that what you got, Charles?
No, mine
HTI or a different one?
MPI.
MPI. Yeah, that's it. That's it. And yeah,
And I got the one with the XT60 connectors. I thought I'd kind of make my way toward going completely XT60 and getting away from these Dean's connectors.
Yeah. I think that's a good plan too. So
We got John Miller in the house. Hey, John, how's it going?
I can put it in my mouth.
That's like how's your meal? Everything tastes good.
Yeah.
It's good. Yeah. What you got there? Let me get big here. Hang on. All right. Oh, Brax. Oh wow. Conversation candies.
Yeah,
That's it. Leftover from Valentine's Day, huh? So
they're hard.
yeah, good and
Yeah.
hard by now. Yeah.
Well, I just got through with the gig, 2 gigs in a row with the old time fiddlers.
All right, 2 gigs.
Mm-hmm.
Good day.
One started at 4 and the other started at 6:30
All right.
on Pete. But I had a great time. And as far as the plans are going, basically the profile fuselage sheets and pattern files are done. I'm going to hold off a little bit on the bill of materials while I build it, just to make sure I got everything correct, you know. And so, otherwise, now I'm working on finishing up the wing and get its pattern sheet ready, and that'll be done. The wing will be done soon. I keep saying in a couple of days, but then I run into what happens. I run into a mistake I made. And then to fix the mistake, it takes me all day because I fix a mistake in a few minutes. But all the other things that are predicated upon that part have to be changed too.
Yeah.
And I have to go through and make sure I've got them all and all that stuff. So that's why I enjoy it.
Very good. While you're talking about that, I'm just wondering the cutout for the fuselage, is that just like a thousands or 2000s or 3000s larger than the wing, or is it exactly the same?
Exactly.
Okay.
But there's a curve in the cut, which gives you a little wiggle room. Okay. Not much, but just enough. It'll slide in real good. So I don't worry about making it any bigger because I don't want it sloppy in there.
Right.
Know. Plus with the built-up blocks up in front, you know, there's going to be, you're going to fill those with scrap balsa. You know, just shove sticks in there, you know, to fill it up so that you can keep it aligned until you put the real glue on it. You know.
Right.
So, and the thing is that I could have gone with what would be 3/4 inch, 1 inch thick blocks, and made the nose doublers and triplers all out of those 1 inch blocks. But if you looked at the price of those, you know, and so they're made out of sheets, 3-inch wide sheets. And so I've got them set up so that the joint on the first one, the 5/8 on the center of the fuselage, that one is right in the center. So it takes 1 sheet for the top, 1 for the bottom, basically. And then, actually it's a sheet and a half. But anyway, and then the next one is 1/2 inch because I have to bring it up to grade with the 1/2 inch diagonal sheeting on the aft end of the fuselage. So I'm going to half hard, like 10, 12 pound 1/2 inch balsa or 16th inch ply, you know, right next. And then I've got, actually 1 inch wouldn't be enough. I got 2 1/2 inch sheets. That's it. 2 1/2 inch sheets and a 1/4 inch sheet to make each doubler and tripler up. And I recommend it if you're not running a big, heavy thumping engine like a ST60 or something that's going to vibrate a lot, that you go in there after, you know, just tack them and shape them and that, then go in there and take some material out, you know, just to lighten it up just a little bit. But if you got a big thumper in there, I really think you need the the dimensional stability and all that comes from that big block of balsa up front. So try not to make it too heavy. But it's looking good, and I'm happy with it so far. I'm kind of anxious to build one.
I bet it's a pretty plane. It's really good looking.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Well,
really
you've been
good.
working on the plans a long time. I'm sure it's a big thing, a big deal now, seeing the thing take shape. So
Yeah. I have been working on it a long time, Denny. I'm getting slower as I get older, I guess. But the thing is I keep double checking, going back and checking, double check, come back, and you know what it's like. You do this kind of stuff, and you find a mistake here, and it means that if you're doing pattern sheets and everything, it means you got to change this, and this, and this, and this, this, and this, and then you got to check and make sure you got them all.
yeah,
Yeah.
I bet.
that's it.
I,
That's it. So,
I have a comment from Mark Lumen, who is a member of our YouTube channel. Thank you for your support. I appreciate that. And he said, "Gotcha like. Put up 5 flights today. Was hoping for good photos during the eclipse, but did not work out."
Oh, hey, I got to see the eclipse even out here. It was
You did.
it was only half of an eclipse.
All right.
The moon just took a bite out of the sun, but it was nobody seems to remember it, but in like 2017 here in Salt Lake, we had a total eclipse,
Wow.
and that was something to see.
Yeah. I would like to see a total eclipse. All right. How long did that eclipse last where you had the solar eclipse? I know you had
Total
99.
darkness, where you could see the Earth, the sun's atmosphere.
Yeah.
It only lasted for a couple of minutes, and then it
Okay.
started to, but it was still very spectacular for about a space of about maybe 5 to 8 minutes, because it moves very slowly. And so you just see one side getting a little brighter and thick, the yellow getting thicker. And and it gets thicker and thicker, and it looks like the moon on a Moorish flag.
Very nice. Very, very nice. Yeah. So right now we have 24 concurrent viewers and 21 likes. If you have any questions, of our viewers, please type it in the chat box, and we'll take a stab at it.
Is Marcel in the chat box?
He's in the chat box. Yeah, he said. Matter of fact, he said hi, Charles, and everyone at Stunt School, and then he also went on to say he had a similar experience that I had, but he forgot his fuel. I forgot my flying lines and handle.
Well,
on my
I want to ask. Yeah, I want to ask him if he wants me to send him the fuselage plans, and then send the wing plans. Later as I get them done, when I get them done.
What
So
just did. So
yeah, I
hopefully
just did. Yeah.
you just did. But if you have any questions, anybody out in the chat box, please go ahead and type at it. And there's no such thing as a stupid question.
Oh, yeah?
Excuse me.
Well, usually the stupid question is the one you don't ask, and it kicks you in the butt for not asking.
Well, I ask stupid questions a lot.
Well, I don't know. I just
We got enough stupid people here. We can probably answer it.
yeah. If you don't know, if you don't understand, if you need clarifications, I just think that the most important thing is to have understanding. That's the thing that people sometimes lack is understanding, and that's paramount. And if you don't understand something, you have a question that maybe you can clarify it. That's good. That's good as far as I'm concerned.
My eclipse up, it seemed to last, we was out there about a half hour watching that little sliver go around the bottom, one side to the other.
Wow. Now you had 80% coverage or 82%.
That's what it was showing on the map. Yeah, we had about 80. But expecting it to be not that small. It just was just a little sliver around the bottom of it. And it kind of went from one side and to the bottom and going to the other side.
So the Corona you just saw on the bottom?
Yeah.
Wow. Interesting. Yeah, hopefully I get a chance to go flying tomorrow because the grass has been cut, and I'm gonna try running pressure because coming out of a hard corner, the engine kind of bobbles. The motor run changes, and don't like that. So I'm hoping that the muffler pressure will help.
Did Joe get a chance to fly his Nobler yet?
No, I don't know if you saw the Twister. Did you ever see the Twister he had? It's orange with blue, like a sunburst.
Yeah, I think I saw. I was over there. I don't remember every single airplane, but I'm sure I saw it.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
he was. Yeah, he had that in the car. He was just repairing it.
Right. He's still
He was repairing the control horn. That's right. It was.
Yeah. So he located he got a control horn for it, and putting it together, and it's not done yet.
Okay, but he didn't have any immediate plans to fly the Nobler then, I guess is what you're saying. So,
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's
okay.
stuff gets in the way. Life gets in the way,
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, hopefully he gets that going. I think that'd be but that Twister flies pretty good. It's a built-up fuselage. It's a profile, and that plane is extraordinarily light.
Mm-hmm.
I flew a 42-ounce franchise twister with a KMB 28.
Okay.
And it handled it just fine.
I don't know what this one weighs, but it's easily in the low 30s.
Hey, Charles, you said somebody had like a built-up Twister, was it?
Yeah, the fuselage is hollow it has a push rod that goes through the fuselage. You don't see the control system externally. All the controls are hidden. They're all inside.
Or just
The flap horn, the elevator horn's all inside the fuselage, and it's a profile.
Is it is there a plan for it somewhere? I'd just be interested in looking at it.
No, I think the builder was David Keefe, and what I imagine he did was use a silhouette of the plans as far as the silhouette of the fuselage, but he widened it just a little bit. It's probably what 3/4 of an inch wide or so, and so to allow space for the horns and all the mechanisms inside. But I don't think, and so it's kind of like a stick built fuselage from the high point of the wing back to the end. So it's just basically lots of like formers going back and forth. And
Okay. I'm just curious.
yeah, I don't think there's plans for it. Yeah.
Back in 89, I designed and built a plane I called the Twister Sister. And it was published by Model Builders in I think 91 or 92. And it's a SIG Twister, full body basically. That's what I did. I used everything, the wing. I didn't use the stab and elevator. I made it 1.5 inches longer, I think. And I always wanted to build a fuselage with a 1/4 inch square longerons, setting up the fuselage. And I did that, and I covered it with monocoat. It was very light. I powered that one with a KMB 28 too. So
Wow.
I do have.
You have the control systems all through the fuselage as well.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I'll look for the plans. I got them on digitalized, and I'll next time we get here, if I find them, I'll show them to you.
Size,
Pardon?
size engine do you have on it?
I put a KMB 28 on it, but you could, it could go clear to a OS 40 FP.
Yeah, I'd be interested in looking at the plan if you get it sometime, maybe That'd be good.
Yeah.
I like this guy's handle. It's called Why Not Stunt Fly. I agree with that handle. He has the letter, the letter Y, not WHY, but just the letter Y dash not stunt fly. I love it. And he goes, and then he goes on to say, because I flew an electric plane yesterday, 2 flights with a APC prop, then switched to a prop one an old man built or reworked as in sanded down to make it lighter, but also added a little prop tips, and he didn't finish. I imagine he was saying it was hopefully positive, hopefully. And then we have Roy Lane, who is a member of our YouTube channel. Thank you very much, Roy. I appreciate your support. He says, is there a list of steps to doing a dope finish? I have watched videos from Wendy and Sparky, but my mind can't keep it straight. I have looked through the forum. Is that Howard, did Phil Grandison's article cover the dope finish?
Yeah.
And where can someone find that? Now that's on the flyinglines.org, right?
Flying lines, yeah.
Roy, did you get that? If you go to flyinglines.org, there's a article there by Phil Grandison on finishing. Does that article cover from bare wood all the way up to tissue?
I think so.
Okay. There you go, Roy. That might be a
What?
little bit different than what Wendy or Sparky did, but it might at least give you some guidance. And you're not the only one. I've had another friend of mine say the same thing. He has watched Sparky, and he still wasn't sure how to do it. So it's you're not alone.
How to do what?
This guy wants to know how to doing a dope finish. That's what he said.
Oh, okay. The hard part is the putting on the covering, and then you just slobber on the dope after that. But, Roger Kramer did something on polyspan the other day. I haven't seen it, but that would be useful.
Yeah, I think that's on Brent Williams' YouTube channel.
Okay.
It was posted on the forum too, I think, right? The link to it.
I think so, yeah. And the only
Are you a member of our YouTube channel? I mean, not a member of YouTube, but are you a member of the Stunt Forum, the Stunt Hangar Forum? If you're not, you can still go there, but I would recommend registering. Now we have full access to everything, and just all they ask for is just your first and last name and a valid email address. That's about as personal as it gets, and then you can change your own username after you get enrolled. And then we have another comment from Why Not Fly Stunt. He says, considerably quieter would the prop tips make it quieter? And has anyone heard of this?
And he's referring to his hand carved wood prop versus an APC.
I believe so.
Okay. Well, the APCs are notoriously loud, especially when when maneuvering, especially doing square corners and stuff like that. I think I'm not sure exactly all the mechanisms. Probably has something to do with prop flexing and the fact that they're so hard and everything like that. And I think a wooden prop naturally has a little bit of softness to it, if you will. But the wood props, like they're much lighter, and they seem to be. I'm not aware of any of them that aren't pretty doggone quiet. Howard, do you know any of the other electric props that are comparable to an APC as far as noise goes, or anything like that, or anything that's quiet? Yeah.
I got some carbon copies of APCs. They were on eBay. Leonard Newman referred to him or
Okay.
told me where to get them. So this is a long time ago. And they worked just like an APC, but they didn't make noise in the corners, or not as much noise.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the blades in the APC kind of flail around in the corners, I think.
Mm-hmm.
The Zors and
Badass. Yeah, the badass. Yeah.
are popular these days. And let's see, Brent Williams had a Zor that was outrageously loud, though. So I don't recommend that. But others are okay.
Yeah, well, Brent had a really loud airplane. I don't know why, but
Brent can tell you why his was loud. Probably he's figured it out by now. I think I heard, but I forgot.
I think it was the motor.
Yeah, motor bearings, something like that. So yeah.
Yeah, well, it was loud. It was very loud.
It was very loud. Yeah.
You probably heard when sometimes they'll run their motors real fast or something, and the propeller goes past the sound barrier and really makes a loud.
Yeah, I love that stuff.
I do too. I like it too.
I love that because I've held some planes where the tips are going so fast, supersonic.
Yeah,
hear it. It's pretty cool noise.
Not in stunt, they don't.
No.
Not
even in combat. So
you get some transonic stuff at the combat, but it's only Mach 0.7 or so. But it's locally supersonic flow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Lynn, thanks for coming in, man. Appreciate it. How you doing?
How's everybody doing?
Doing good.
Real good. Real good. Good to see you, Lynn.
Good to see you too. Yeah.
So did you see the solar eclipse?
I did. Yeah, we went down to Lake Erie to see that. It was pretty impressive.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was a good time. That's how we spent our afternoon. Yeah, we had those too. Yes, Dennis, we had those. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we did that today. That's how we spent our afternoon. That
nice.
was kind of neat. Yeah, it was kind of neat. We did that and came home, had dinner. It was a good day. Went out for lunch.
Wow, sounds like a nice day.
It was a good day.
I bet.
No complaints.
Good.
So what's new tonight with everybody? What are we discussing?
We was just discussing props, noisy ones versus quiet ones.
Okay.
I think that's about it. And then then John was talking about the Trailblazer.
Yes.
And then I talked about Joe Mata's Twister, which is a built-up twister where the control systems are all internal. You don't see any exterior push rod or elevator or anything. It's all
okay. So that's kind of neat.
Pretty neat. And I didn't know that John had designed a Twister Sister. Is that what you call it?
Yep.
Which was basically a built-up profile twister.
Okay.
So that's pretty cool.
Fancherized twister.
Oh, the Fancherized twister that's built up?
Yeah.
Wow. Hey man, I want to get those plans.
Okay.
That is interesting. And we got another comment from Roy Lane, who's a member of our YouTube channel. Again, thank you for your financial support. I really appreciate it. He says, I'm finishing my second Ringmaster. Since coming back after 50 years, I got silk span and on tight and wrinkle free. Then section started lifting off. I'll check flying lines. Thanks. And Gordon made it in. Hey,
hi, Gordy.
All right.
Hello.
Well, I've been working with Gordon for how long now, Gordon? Weeks, right?
Forever.
You guys are almost brothers.
I'm not saying that to shame him. I'm just wanting to know that if anybody has any problems, if you're listening, I will work with you. I will help you get successfully in here. So we've done some private sessions, and his smart daughter, Kimberly, man, she's
sharp, isn't she?
She is amazing. She really we talked probably for another half an hour after you got off, Gordy. Talked
Oh,
up
did you?
talked almost up till dinner time. Yeah, great time. Great time. Hey, Sparky, thanks for coming in, Sparky. So, Lynn, how's your Cardinal S coming along?
Pretty darn good. I got the windy scoops on the sides of the fuselage now. That looks
No
pretty
way,
sharp.
really? Oh, that's
Yeah, you
cool.
want to see them?
Yeah, I love those windy scoops. Yeah.
Hang on, I'll
All
grab
right,
it.
cool,
Just
man.
a
That's
second.
all right. Those are cool. And those scoops make the plane even more rigid too. That's what Wendy he found that to be a nice addition. And then we got Joe Mata. He says Twister is finished. Let's fly. All right, tomorrow, man. It's on. We got the grass is mowed, so let's get out there tomorrow and put some holes in the sky. I'm all in. I'm all in on that. What you making there, Sparky?
I'm finishing up a customer tank,
All right.
putting the back plate on. I got it plumbed today. If it holds on the leak test, it'll get shipped tomorrow.
So you're using a screwdriver as opposed to a popsicle stick to keep the impurities out, or
You don't want to use wood in epoxy.
Yeah, I'll be right.
The wood will make the epoxy not harden.
that go for all epoxies or just what you're using for the tanks?
I don't know. I've used wood before and Z-epoxy and it didn't have any problem, but I was told not to use any wood in this EPON resin.
All right. Well, maybe I'll just try to break my habit of using popsicle sticks to mix epoxy.
Use steel.
Use steel.
That's what Wendy always said. Yeah, he says otherwise the components can become contaminated and it won't dry properly.
All
Well,
right.
where do you find popsicles with steel sticks?
Yeah.
I'll let you know if I ever have one.
All righty.
So I guess
I
you
use 1/8-inch piano wire.
Yeah.
1/8 piano wire. Okay.
Yeah.
I got a high dollar
Screwdrivers always
store
work
here.
good.
All right, let's see the scoops.
Here's the scoop.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, while he was gone, I remember Wendy saying that he noticed additional rigidity too. The scoops made.
Yeah, they do. It makes the fuselage more rigid. If you look inside, it looks like
Oh,
that.
look at that. Very good. Now, is this your first time doing scoops, or you
First
done?
time, yeah. I just molded it around a mailing tube. I molded the balsa around a mailing tube. I used 3/32 balsa. Worked perfectly on the first try. And then
Awesome, man.
I
That is
laid them in there and I just ran the CA around it and then trimmed everything off and sanded it off. If you look down this way, it looks like that.
that is awesome.
Interesting.
Yeah, and then, so it's obviously the same on the other side as well.
That
So
is
why the scoop on the back end there, Len?
What's that?
Why are you putting a scoop on the back end? Is that for drag or just keep it slowed down or what?
Just a minute. It's just for appearance. It just looks nice. That's all.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe it might be a secret to hold the airplane speed at a
No. I am gonna remove most of the bulkhead, the last bulkhead in front of the stab, so that I get airflow through, and then I will put a hole at the back here, so that the air
There
can
you
go
go.
in and come out. I don't know how much air will go in and out, but I'd rather at least. And I have to fuel proof it all too, because I assume if there's wind blowing back there, there's going to be a bit of fuel residue going in there too.
right.
Right.
We will fuel proof it all. So yeah, it turned out pretty nice. I'm pretty happy with it.
Yeah, it looks good.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you, Lynn. That is very cool.
So I've been working on that. We went to the Toledo show. That was kind of fun, and it was a good weekend.
Very good, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, picked up some balsa wood in Toledo, a little heavier than I would have liked, but that's what's available right now, unless you really have some connections.
Or you
which I
want to
don't.
part with your hard-earned money.
Yeah, I don't have. I can't afford the real good stuff.
I understand. I understand that.
I just have to carve it thinner. If I carve it thin enough, there's not enough weight
There
Yeah.
you
or
go.
less weight.
Yeah.
Was the Toledo show pretty nice, or was it?
That was pretty good. I had a good time. There was lots of vendors there and lots of people selling junk. So yeah, it was a pretty good go. I managed to get two brand new motors, and I got a Thunder Tiger 25. It was brand new. Um, I got a brand new LA 40 for $45.
Nice.
And I bought an old Stallion, a K&B Stallion 35 that was in what I thought to be pretty reasonable condition, but I got it for $5. Brought it
Wow.
There you
home,
go.
put a needle valve assembly in it, and my God, that thing ran nice. I was shocked how well it ran on the block.
Now, what
So
color
yeah,
head did it have?
Silver.
silver head.
All right.
I cleaned it all up. It was dirty. It was in the $5 bin, and I looked at it. I thought, you know what? Seems to have compression. Looks like doesn't look too bad. I'm going to take it for $5. Took it home, cleaned it up, worked beautiful.
Now, does the exhaust stack in the wrong side? Does it blow the air up at your
No,
face?
it's in the right side. It's in the right side.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
Yeah,
$5.
for $5, why not? So I had fun with that. By the way, Dennis, remember those
Yeah.
45s you gave me?
Yeah.
I now have 3 Vico 45s that are all runners.
Oh,
That's
wow.
great.
I managed to scrounge enough parts up and monkey around and talk to people, and I got 3 45s that all run pretty darn good. Tom Knight made me 3 nice new Venturis for them, so hey, they're all ready to rock.
It sounds like it. Sounds like you're in good shape. So
Yeah.
50s, I didn't have as much success. They were pretty tired out, and so were all the parts. I got the
Yeah,
45s all together.
that's what Jim Tiki ran in his Colossus, a Vico 45.
Wow.
Jim Tiki
Yeah.
back in the 60s. That's what he had in his Colossus.
Wow.
You guys think a Vico 45 would be enough for a Shark 45?
it was for Lou McFarland.
Yeah.
He originally flew them with K&B greenheads, and he evolved to Vico 45s and 50s. And I don't recall if he ever actually had. He probably had a Tiger 46 in him somewhere along the line. But
Cool.
yeah, he flew his plus 10 Shark, I think he called it, was a Vico 45. Do you know Kenny Stevens? Have any
Yes,
contact
I
with?
know Kenny.
Yes.
He's got a lot of loose old airplanes. He could give you the straight dope on that. So,
That's cool.
but
Okay.
yeah, certainly, the Shark won the Nationals, I think, twice with a KMB 45. That's like winning it with with an FP 35 or something like that. So,
That's cool. Wow, that's awesome.
yeah, that would be a problem at all.
Yeah,
I
the
still may try that.
Vico was an American-made engine, right?
All right.
I've heard someone say the Vico 60 was like the American Super Tiger.
Yeah, I've heard that comparison too. So, yeah, the Vico 45s, when they came out, I think a lot of people shunned them because, number one, people were still scared of big airplanes. And then number two, that Vico 45 looked so big compared to a Fox,
Yeah.
and I think it terrified people,
I remember when I got my first Rojet 90 and I put it in the Mac magazine sitting next to a Fox 35.
Yeah, I bet that was like night and day. Hey,
Oh yeah.
I have an announcement to make. We have a new member. Why not stunt fly? Why not stunt fly? Yeah, that's it. Our new member. Thank you very much for joining us. Appreciate it immensely.
terrific.
Yeah. He has a question though. He says, so the question was, does anyone sand and polish these props to be more efficient?
Actually, I've heard of people take a mill file and roughen them up a little bit to make them more efficient. Honestly, I've heard that. I've not done that myself. I wouldn't be. But
Well, you can buy prop kits, you know.
yeah, that's it. There's a lot of people that finish their props, paint them, rub them out, everything like that. They look nice, if nothing else. I'm not sure. I don't think I've ever heard of anybody claiming any efficiency gain. But although some of the wooden props, I think Zingers are pretty bad for it. They had a lot of uncarved wood around the hub. A lot of that went into the spinner, so it didn't really matter. But anything that was sticking out from the spinner, it wasn't doing anything except clubbing air.
That was what I was considering, what I was
Yeah,
talking
prop
about when I
kit.
said prop kits.
Yeah.
Zingers are good prop kits. They got a lot of meat on them, and you can carve away and change things. But
Mhm.
Sure.
I found that in the stock configuration, they weren't up to par.
Mhm.
And people use them. Don't get me wrong. If they want to use it, it's fine.
Yeah,
You know?
they used them, and yeah, there was a lot of people used them at right at the upper levels of stunt and had a lot of success with them.
But I
So
bet they're modified.
yeah, I guess the ones that always got me were the rev ups, though. You know, the rev ups generally had a good reputation and stuff, and anybody who's ever matched a rev up prop and a pitch gauge have found out that I don't think there was ever any two rev up props that were the same, and there were none of them that matched what was printed on the label. So
It's very
They're
true,
always
Dennis.
underpitched.
I found they were about a half a pitch lower than what they advertised.
yeah. Well, what used to get me is that I had some that were a half inch different from blade to blade, you know,
Wow.
5 1/4 on one side, 5 3/4 on the other. And somehow it all worked. But some
I
work
got
better
two
than
rev up
others, I guess.
props at Toledo.
Terrific.
What size?
15.5,
Nice.
Whoa.
90 props.
That's it. We're going. That's for
They're
Cardinal. That's for the big Cardinal. ain't
that's
it?
my favorite 90 prop, a 15.5 rev up. They're just perfect.
15.
Hey, Sparky,
Hey,
do you
a
ever rework
dollar a
your?
piece.
I'm so sorry. How much a piece?
Dollar a piece.
Wow, what a
Oh,
Oh,
Man,
oh,
oh man, I was in heaven.
you have a mask
yeah.
on when you got those?
What?
You have a
What'd you
mask
say,
like that,
John?
like you burglarize, like you rob someone. You
Did
had a
you have a
mask
mask on when you got
to
it?
hide your identity.
The price tags were still on them. They were $7 and change whenever they were bought 1,000 years ago
Hmm. Well,
each.
Well,
good thing. I'm glad you got them because
Thank you. Yeah, I was pretty happy about that little find.
You
Hey,
ever
if it
use-
doesn't work, if they don't work out, just send them to Dale Berry. He'll turn them into Rookie of the Year trophies for the Nationals. So
You ever use 16? You ever use the 16.45s, Len?
16.4.5. Windy sent me some of those, I think.
Yeah.
Like when I got his stuff, I think I got some 16s.
I got 10 of them today.
Good for you. Wow. And the good thing is, like, even with these 15s that I got, you can take a half inch off the end if you want and run them as 14.5. It's not a problem.
Or
You do what you need to
13.
do to modify them.
Or cut them
It's
down
awesome.
to 13. It's just a wide blade. then.
Exactly. You can do whatever you want with them, and they work beautifully.
Yeah.
Rocky, is
They're
that
still
your
rev
plan?
ups. They still got the same size hub.
Is that your plan? You're going to cut them down to like 13 or something?
Well, I'll probably, I don't know. I've got sizes of every size. I've got ones of every size. If I need them, I will. I'll cut them down to 14 or 13 and a half if I need them. It's just the idea of having them, because if you need them, you've got them.
Mm-hmm.
well, I got to say I really like the Zor props though, and I can get those to the size I want.
Yeah.
They're in
You,
current production. Look at
Are
those.
those Sparky? Are they rev ups?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, wow.
Let's see, you like 15.5s, huh?
Yep. I have about a half a dozen of them total.
Len and I work on the other side of it. I take a 9.6 and cut it down for my combat
Nice.
planes.
Very nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Then I
That's
got
what that
I got 14s and 60s at 14.7.
good for you. That's awesome.
The 14.7s are really 14.6s.
Yeah,
Because
so that's a good prop too. Exactly.
that's a 15.7. I got these are 16.45s here, all of these.
Wow.
But I got, I don't know, half a dozen more of them I got today.
Good for you. You're not going to run out of props, Sparky.
Well, I'd rather have 13.6s.
Yeah, you won't find any of those too likely, unless somebody just happened to have some.
No, I run across them every now and then.
Yeah, every now and again at a swap meet or something, you might find a couple. I mean, they're still out there. It's unfortunate, but and the other thing is a lot of these guys, they have all this crap stuck away, and then after they're no longer with us, it ends up going in a dumpster, and that's the sad part.
Several years back, I told this guy while I was at Brodex that 13.6 was the right prop for Super Tiger, and when I went back to get him, the guy bought them all.
Yeah, we know who that is, right?
Oh, I know who it is.
Yeah, I know who it is too.
Well, it wasn't me because I was behind you.
No, you got them all.
Huh? What's that, Sparky?
You got them all.
No, I didn't get any. You got two and I got none.
Oh.
That morning you got the last two and you came out come out of the store and said, I got the last two. I got none.
There was a dozen there.
Oh man. Well, I didn't get any.
Yeah.
Turn that around.
I figured, well, I'll go to Brodax, go back to his place, and I'll come back later on in the day and pick them up. When I went back, they're gone.
Gone. Oh man. No, I didn't get any.
That's how it is in stunt. Let me welcome Tony back. It's been a while since you've been here, Tony. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah. So this is my Geeski Nobler.
Let me make you big here. 1 second. All right. Very nice.
Cool.
You got some super fill on there. Is that is? Super fill?
Yeah. Sand it down a little bit. Clean it up.
How's your weight?
My weight, I think I'm at 38 without the battery. Pretty heavy, but it's not too bad. I want to be under 43. Since the last time I was in, I also have a Pathfinder.
9?
Hey,
All right.
You like that, John?
Yeah.
So does Gordy like it. Gordy's
It's
Gordy
a
likes it.
Smith.
Gordy's here too. The guy that designed it.
That's a Smith's. It's not an actual product. It's the first Smith's
That's
one.
the Smith's profile. That's got the long wing on it.
Yeah.
Watch that wing though. The way the stab. The main spar can fold on you if you are not careful.
It will fold on you.
It might
Well,
fold.
We put
no,
we
Not
put
on
little
that one,
rivets
John.
in your little
Not on this
16
one?
spars all the way across.
yeah, not on that airplane. The big one failed, but that
That
the
one
other
is
one
okay.
I had, I flew the crap out of that. Never did have a problem.
Okay, never
I've
mind.
been flying it pretty rugged. I've been flying it pretty hard.
Never
Tony,
mind.
what was on top of your tank on that Pathfinder? What was that kind of brass orangey color? What is that?
What that?
Oh, it's a sticker or decal. Okay.
It's an old AMA member sticker.
Oh, very cool. I didn't know what that was. I saw it from a distance and I was like, what is that?
How do you like
Yeah.
flying your Pathfinder?
I love it. I had to do the that and make a push rod because it was bending really bad.
Yeah, yeah.
And then my fuselage was also bending. So I did a little reinforcement on the bottom underneath here because it was sanded too thin. And I put a skewer through here to stiffen it up
Uh-huh.
so that this one flexes much
Yeah.
because I had a lot of flexing issues here. I was worried it was going to snap one time. So
Yeah, the thing with
Yeah.
that thing with a straight wing, it's pretty amazing the way it flies, isn't it?
yeah, it does the whole pattern just fine. I I can't I can't figure out how to put the pattern together, but I figure I'm gonna start writing it down like you were in school, just
Yep.
write it down. All right, I'm gonna do 3 laps, or I'm gonna do 5 laps. Then I'm gonna do my 3 insides. Then I'm gonna go around 6 things, and I just write it over and over so that it gets in my head.
Yeah.
And then you do the thing, and you do the. I loved y'all's segment on when you guys put the pattern together. That was cool.
Oh, thanks. Thanks. Yeah, it was a lot of fun doing that.
Yeah, that was cool. The guy with the armband thing that had the thing written out on his arm, so you knew what it was.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was pretty neat.
it
I
was.
wouldn't mind doing something like that.
Who was that?
Mark Gerber.
Yeah, Mark Gerber. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, you can find those armbands. They actually make them for like football and stuff like that. And they use, I think, a lot of them like high school football players and stuff. They fit them up with those, and you can slip in, the plays.
Yeah,
or you
probably
can slip
find out
in,
playing against
the
sports or something
pattern.
like that. Something I buy my kids baseball stuff for.
Yeah, and it's a
Yeah.
handy thing to have. So
I still think learning it in your head would be better.
Well, you do. You fly enough patterns, it starts coming together and it stays there.
Yep.
For a while.
Learn all the maneuvers. You got it. All you have to do is put them all together.
There you go.
Yeah,
And that
just make it.
Pathfinder does it all. The Pathfinder is really cool. It does everything. It's
Yeah, I was
better
talking-
than I am.
Yeah, I was talking to a guy today, and he was telling me about his Pathfinder. He just loves it. And every time I talk to him, and he talks about it, I go, man, I have a ARC Pathfinder, and I go, man, I gotta put my Pathfinder together. I have never flown a Pathfinder.
Oh,
You'll like it.
you'll like it.
Yeah, you'll like it.
Actually,
Welcome to
It's
Salt
the
Lake,
best thing.
Charles.
It's the best thing I've flown.
What'd
yeah,
you,
you-
Charles?
what'd
yeah,
you say,
come-
Gordy?
I say, come to Salt Lake. I have 2 Pathfinders.
Yeah, you know what? Absolutely, Gordy. I'm thinking about it. I really am. I just got to put all my nickels to get to the World Championships. But yeah, I really am thinking about coming and staying with you. And
Who was asking about the weight?
yeah, we was asking about the weight. Oh, that's not bad. 29.95 ounces. Is that right?
Yeah, 30 ounces. So
That's without the battery. What does your battery weigh?
I'll grab it.
Be 36 minimum.
Yeah. And Sparky, what did you estimate the finish on that is going to come to?
Over 50.
Over 50?
Yep.
I'm at 36.8, so 37 ounces.
Well, you're gonna be careful on your covering and your finish, because you can put you over your 50-ounce goal real quickly when it comes to that finish.
How about Monaco?
Monaco's lighter.
It's not lighter than dope, according to Top Flight.
Well, okay, I stand corrected. I've always used it because I always felt it was lighter, but that's
It's easier, but I
it's
asked.
not easier. It's not easier to get a good Monaco job.
No, not like Lou, but I've asked the Top Flight guys, would they teach me how to monocoat? And they said, "What is your finish weigh?" And I said 6 ounces. He says, "We can't beat that." And I proved that when I did that last thing for Steve.
Right, but most people can't get a 6 ounce finish, and that includes the silk span and
Everything.
everything. Most people can't do it. Most people's finishes run somewhere between 7 and 12.
I noticed you was looking at me when you said that, John.
Oh, I had good teacher on that.
I mean, you're looking straight at-
Gordy put clear on his plane, and heck, he still had a whole lot left, so he put it all on the plane.
Hey, Gordy, you ever see these?
Make it big. Hang on a second.
Oh yes, they're beautiful. Beautiful.
Very nice, Sparky.
1 ounce.
Yeah, a gas tank like that in metal is about 2.5 ounces.
Yeah, this is actually lighter than 1 ounce because it's smaller than six ounces. Let's see here. It weighs 26 grams.
That's just under an ounce.
That includes the little nipples on there. Yeah.
Yep, beautiful job, Sparky.
Thank you.
Hey, Gordy, when are you guys gonna go out flying next? You wait for good weather, maybe May?
Sounds
Well,
good.
the way it's been, we have a tether contest Saturday, so
Well,
that'll be inside Brad's warehouse.
Yeah, if I come up, I want to come up and fly real control line stunt ships.
Well, they're kind of modified control line. They're on a wire.
Well, I know, but I don't have one of them.
Do you have a Cox TD 020?
No.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah.
I had 3, and I had a guy putting in a different TV system, and next thing you know, I only have 2.
Oh, geez. You ought to bring up your little roundy tether flyer so you guys can see it.
I'll tell you, they go around so fast. I'd hate to try to do that holding the handle.
Oh, yeah.
It's on a 10-foot wire from center to center, and I've held the record back in the 60s at 63 miles an hour. Then I finally got to a hand-carved prop that Bob Seichten made, got up to 65. This is a prototype from standing start. And then I finally went, about 4 years ago, I went 66 miles an hour prototype. And top end, they're doing around 75. We're hand carving our own props. So our props are around 2 7/8 inches long to 3 inches long.
Little tiny things.
What you got there, Tony? Is that a prop you made?
It's not one that I made. It's the one I was talking about. This guy, old man called Pops Props. That's all I knew him by. And he made these props by hand, supposedly. This is a 10.5. But he put these little gussets on the end of them. These little rounded tips. So when I threw one of these onto my electric plane, it eliminated all the noise. It was silent.
Wow.
Really? Wow.
Interesting. Very interesting. Never
Did
seen
you
that
guys
before.
just see that thumbs down that it was on there? Who did that?
I don't know.
How do you do that?
I don't know. I guess he didn't like my prop. I didn't make this. This came from a guy that I think his name was like Hemstrat or something. He had a TV repair business, I think. But my dad got a whole bag of these from this guy. He flew in Orlando at the Central Florida field, before it got shut down, and the guy made him a whole bunch of them.
I got to run. I got exotherm going on here. I'll be right.
All right, hey man, thanks for coming in, Sparky.
I was just wondering if you guys have ever seen something like that.
I've never seen anything like.
Never seen something like that.
Yeah, he would show up to the flying field with a van full of combat planes, and he'd crash them all and leave. I swear, this guy had so many planes. But he made props. I was really curious about it, where he came up with that idea, or if anybody in the industry has heard of it.
No, I never.
So, how did the plane fly on that prop? Did it,
They fly very good. I love these props. I only use them for special occasions.
Yeah,
I don't blame you.
You can't replace it.
No, yeah, definitely on obtainium here.
I wonder if it's helically pitched or if it's the same pitch from root.
I would love to have a pitch gauge to test it, but I mean, they don't vibrate. They're very nice.
Huh, very nice. I've never seen that. It's very interesting.
Yeah, we only have a few left. 6, 7, 8.
It looks like it's the same pitch.
There's a bunch of them. We have a whole bag full of them still. I have this one. My dad has a few. I got one on a little plane that I fly. It's an 8.7 or an 8.6.
Hey, Philip, thanks for coming in. Check out this prop this guy has, Philip. You ever seen?
There's another one.
Yeah.
Wow.
You ever seen anything like that with that end on the prop?
I was told by an actual airplane pilot that they made those props like that to cancel out noise on real planes.
So that end is carved, Tony? That's actually carved in there, or is that a piece of wood that's glued on to make that end?
It's glued on.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Interesting.
Yeah. Hey, I got one here.
You got one, Howard?
Yeah, see that?
Oh, Howard, let me make you big.
Where are you?
Hang on.
Where am I?
Yeah, there you are.
Is that a back scratcher?
It's
that's
not
a
a
back
prop. It's a back scratcher.
I've got one too, Howard.
Yeah, I got one too, you guys.
I don't have one.
I got one. I got one of them.
Oh my God.
Oh, good.
Hey, get out your little biplane. We're not talking about stunt all of a sudden. Here.
All of a sudden, we went from a fantastic prop to a back scratcher. How'd you guys do that? You guys pulled a fast one on me.
That's Howard's well-known humor.
Yeah.
Well, let me catch up because this is for you, John. Marcel the Grand says, "Hi, John. Sure do. Thanks. I will text you later."
Okay.
All right. And then he goes on to say, check out Sparky's profile build used in an old Viper wing. He made it all the controls in the fuse.
Okay. I'll look.
Hi, Vicky.
No. Meeting is not streamed live on YouTube, but why won't it go to it?
I don't know.
Big screen.
Can you hear us, Phil?
Wanted to say thanks to Howard. I got the charger today, or the power supply.
Where's Howard? I think Howard's not here, Sparky.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. He was here a minute ago, but I don't see him.
Well, sort of here.
You're sort of here?
Yeah, I'm sorry. You're welcome.
I just got burnt by hot epoxy at Exotherm. When I took it to the street to throw it in the street, the cup melted on the way out the door.
Damn, yeah. You can get hurt with that stuff.
Darn, Sparky, it's not supposed to be a full contact sport.
No, well, you're not supposed to use it without gloves either, but oh well.
So Sparky, your profile of that Viper, the controls are all inside. The push rod is inside the fuse.
10 years ago, I did an electric profile build with the controls inside the fuse.
Okay.
Steve Smith has got that airplane. I lost interest in it. I gave it to him. He hasn't finished it.
I've got one from way back when that's got the controls inside after seeing Tom Dixon had one. And it's great, except you can't adjust anything.
Right.
But you got to build it right.
Well, I didn't. That was my first scratch built. It was 30 some years ago. And I didn't know about patch panels and all that stuff.
Oh, pardon me.
You know, I went to the 77 team trials, and there's a FW190 sitting there that's got a panel on the side of it that comes off so he can show us how his wiggle rudder works, Keith's. And my next airplane had patch panels. The next one worked very well because it's adjustable every which way. But the first one, the Wasp, is still hanging downstairs. Only reason I kept it, it was my first scratch built because I used a SIG coverall, and it weighs about 50 ounces. It was built for a Fox 35. Way too heavy.
Yeah.
I'll
Good thing
never
about
use
that
that stuff
cover.
again.
Good thing about that coverall though is when you crash it, you got a handy bag to carry it home in.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But that glue, I didn't understand that you only put that glue on the contact sides, you know, the way it was written. I thought it meant paint the airplane with the glue, or paint the coverall with that glue, then put it on the plane. And I don't remember how I did it, honestly. But anyway, it came out at right at 50 ounces for a Fox 35, and it's only got 650 squares. It's just not big enough for that.
Only 650 squares.
It might not be that big.
That's the size of the wing on the Trailblazer.
Well, it's not near that big.
600.
Because Trailblazers is a different configuration. It's a different buildup, but it's the same size and shape as the one in the Pathfinder 40P profile. And it's not near that big. It's 2/3 that size, maybe.
Yeah.
It's about the same size as a, well, it's smaller than an Obler.
Okay.
And it's constant cord. 2
An
inches
Obler,
thick, constant cord.
550, I think.
Yeah,
Nobler.
550.
Yeah.
Well, it's smaller than that. So this thing's probably 500. But it was built to be a trainer, and it was built to be, Tom Looper designed it, and it's a beautiful airplane. And the finish turned out, I got the finish all done on it, and I kept having blushing problems, and the guys told me to put reducer in it. Now, I'd done a paint job that looked like the Stiletto 660, red, white, and blue, right?
Uh-huh.
Striped down the side and all, and I put reducer in the paint and went out here and shot it. I came back and my lines did this all down the side of the airplane.
They drooped.
Oh no.
Yeah, so I had to sand everything back down. I went all the way back down to the polar gray and painted it again because I wanted this plane to be really nice. And got it all done up as light as I could, you know, the paint, get it all nice and straight, got it all fixed up, looking like a stiletto, red, white, and blue. And I weighed that thing and my heart sank. No way. So anyway, so I took it to the first contest and it was flying really well. And one of the guys convinced me, he said, that thing's burping. It had a Silver Fox 40 in it. And it said, that thing's burping. That motor's not supposed to burp. Put one of these in it. And he gave me a glow plug. It was a Fox Miracle plug. I should have had better sense, but I put it in there.
Where'd the motor quit?
Inverted, naturally.
Yeah, right.
Third lap of the inverted flight. So, and we were in Virginia at the Air Force Base, and there was nowhere to land that sucker. No grass in sight. So I came in, tried to stall it, and it just, I was into that.
You know, we're at a contest at the Northwest Regionals, and Ted Fancher was flying his Purple People Eater.
Yeah.
Beautiful airplane. And he come around, took off, did his level flights, did a really nice reverse wing over, got through his inside loops, did his outsides, and went into inverted flight. And all of a sudden, his engine quit.
Yeah.
Inverted.
Yeah.
And it was an airport parking ramp we were flying on. Remember that, Gordy? and he run over, he's whipping the thing inverted because there's a patch of grass off the one side. And he whipped that
Well,
thing.
it's actually a ditch.
Huh?
It was actually a ditch.
Yeah, it was a ditch, but there was grass there. So he laid it down in that, and you heard this thunk. There was a pile of bricks in there.
Oh no!
Oh no! Oh,
And,
went from bad to worse.
Hmm.
and
I tried to tell him I would catch it, and he says, "No, I'll land it." And I could have saved the airplane because I've caught a lot of airplanes
yeah.
while they're gliding.
Well, and you
Oh,
know
I
what
tell you
killed
what.
his engine? What killed his engine is bee got in his venturi.
Yeah,
That's right.
I've always we had Tom Looper was flying one of his planes, and it was flying so well, it'd been flying like a little turbine, and all of a sudden it just shut off. Now thankfully landed right side up, but we looked at that thing and it had a back half of a grasshopper was up in the venturi.
Oh,
Ever since that flight, we've all every one of us, I think, I don't know about Kermit, but I know Tommy and Buddy and I all put hose, at least one piece of hose over the venturi and put a rubber band or wire or an O-ring or something around it, depending on what it is,
Pantyhose,
But
right? Or nylons, right?
yeah, just a piece of nylon pantyhose. And everybody says, well, why in the world do you even bother with that? Well, you go to a contest and you find out you don't have, like we went to Florida and we couldn't get through the pattern. So we put a second layer of that on there and made sure that the thread, whatever you call it, the pattern was crosshatched. So it was more resistance and we got through the pattern. We had to play with the needle a little bit, turn the needle up a little bit, but we got through our pattern. So it does work, but it keeps butterflies, whatever, out of the venturi. And it doesn't hurt anything. You can still prime it. You can still do everything. It works great. But I don't know. It's just cheap insurance. I mean, why not do it? As simple as it is, it can't hurt anything. Everybody said, "Oh, well, that cut down the air. That did phooey. Don't hurt a thing." We
Yeah, I
run
use
on
those.
Fox 30.
I use those filters, the rubber boot with the filter element.
Yeah, I use those when I could find them. But now I've got two airplanes that have got the rubber boot in them, and then I got the little plastic ring that the filter used to be on. Now there's hose over that and it's stuffed down in the rubber boot. Whatever.
Those brew
Whatever you
line
can do.
filters, we've been researching them. The rubber part is part of a wheel cylinder off of a small car or whatever, but we can't find the filter itself, and it's got to be something because they didn't make those for model airplanes.
No, Lord, no.
Yes, probably not.
That's an idea, Sparky. I'll start looking.
The prop shop, if you can't find them at Brodax, the prop shop sells them.
The prop shop. I didn't even know about that place. Where's that? Where are they, Charles?
I had to find a receipt. But if Lynn, Burrell, hey Lynn, wake up, Lynn.
Charles?
Yeah.
In Michigan.
Yeah, that sounds right. That sounds right. It's in Michigan.
Prop shop in Michigan. I went there once with Len and them. I don't know the exact address, but if you look up prop shop, you'll get it.
Is it a model airplane store?
Yep.
See, I'm trying to find it right from the factory. What wheel cylinder that went on, or what? I think it's some type of filter for a beverage company or something.
Maybe he might know because he has them all in bulk.
I'm not going to tell you. We got them in bulk.
Yeah, he has a huge bulk supply. Yeah.
Yeah, Bart Kapansky would have wished he had had one of those filters on my twin.
Yeah.
He would have won VFC, and he had two maneuvers left, because they combined the scores, and a butterfly hit dead center in the venturi of the Fox 35 on the inboard engine.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, damn.
Did he save the airplane?
Pardon?
Did he save the airplane?
Well, he was flying lap. He was doing his double laps, waiting for his last two maneuvers. Fortunately, it was before he started the overheads.
Well, as
And
long as
the
it
engine-
saved the airplane, but losing the inboard engine is not good. Now your plane, you do have show on the plans where that motor's cocked out a little bit. That'll help that a lot.
No, it's
But
not.
But the
It's
red
not?
one, the red one,
My
hit.
big twin, they're both dead center,
Yep.
straight ahead, both of them. Never had a problem with it coming in.
I would have sworn the outboard nacelle is turned out a little bit on the
Yeah,
plans.
I drew it that way, but
Okay,
that's
but y'all
that's
didn't
not
build it that
necessarily-
way?
no.
Well, I'm talking about the old Too Much, the great big twin, the
Oh
6'4"
Lord, no, that thing
wingspan.
plans on that show it straight ahead.
It is.
I still trying to figure out how y'all work those retracts, that timer you used for the retracts. That was amazing.
Well,
I saw
back
you
in the
fly that
60s,
thing. The first time I ever saw that airplane, you had it at VSC and you had it up on its wingtip and you was hiding behind it for a picture. So I come
Yeah.
running up and got a copy of the picture. And I said, is Gordon going to fly that thing? It's bigger than he is. And he flew it and it looked good.
Yeah, I flew it for years.
Let me welcome Cha-Cha. Hey, Cha-Cha, how's it going? Thanks for coming in.
I'm good.
Yeah, you having a good
Good
time
to
in
see you,
Florida?
Chacha.
Yes, I am.
I saw the
Oh,
pictures of
Cha-Cha.
you and Orestes. Did you get a chance to fly that plane or not? You got
Yes,
to
I
fly
did.
it? Wow. Was that your first electric plane or
Yeah,
what do you think?
it's nice.
What did you fly? Resties plane?
Yes, the Aurora.
Oh man. Hottest plane in the country right now.
Yeah,
So you want to buy one now?
probably. Probably. I don't know. Not sure.
I don't even know where you would go to buy one of those.
Um,
Probably from Resties. But
across the globe.
yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
what would be the hottest plane right now though, because you got Orestes flying that thing, and then you got Fitzgerald flying his plane. I wouldn't.
Them guys
One
can
thing
fly
I've
a
learned.
toilet seat.
One thing I've learned. Never count David Fitzgerald out. Period. I don't care if you got him. What do you have him by 15 points? Never count David out. He came back, put in a flight that was dead nuts, and won by 3 points. Never count David out.
Kind of like the way Bob Whiteley was, right, Jordan?
Yeah.
Yep.
Bob was like that.
You
Bob
didn't
come up to me at VSC and he says, why in the don't you? And he told me a couple of things to do to my box car. So I went over and did them, and he was right. I'd been flying that thing for 3 months. I thought I had it trimmed out right. And he told me what to do, and by George, he was right.
Hey,
We
Sparky,
found-
what did you
all
say,
right.
Sparky? I didn't quite catch what you said.
I didn't say anything.
Something about toilet seat, I thought.
Yeah, them guys could fly a toilet seat. Doesn't
Oh, he could. I agree.
you know all them guys, Walker, Orestes, Fitzgerald, the plane doesn't, they just practice the hell out of shit.
And I'll tell you one
Gordon
thing.
had a long time, what do you call it, competition with Whiteley. He even had a T-shirt made up says, "Someday I'm going to beat Whiteley." And
Oh,
he
I did have a
I thought you had a
Sandy
t-shirt.
had that made up for me.
Who did?
Sandy.
Oh,
She's the one that made the T-shirt up. But what the deal was is they were sitting around the circle talking about a master's class. And
Yeah.
Whitey turned around, "Gordy, what do you think?" I said, "I don't want a master's class." And he said, "Why?" I said, "Because when I beat you, I don't want you being in a different event." And he said, "What did you say?" And I said, "You heard me." He says, "It never happened." I said, "Bob, it's not going to happen today, and it's not going to happen tomorrow. But I promise you, it's going to happen." And a few years later, I started beating him.
yeah.
I
I
remember
think
you
the
two
first
going
time
at
was
it.
with my Tony.
No, I think the first time was with your Gemini twin.
No, that was a different class. I
Oh.
beat him in that one too. There's 5 of us flying that. And the next year they only allowed 2 people per airplane.
Oh.
Because we had myself, Whiteley, Ray Firkins, Keith Trossel, and one other one. And it took the 5 of the 6 places. Somebody slipped in there in between one of them. And after that, they outlawed all those people flying them.
Yeah. Well, you know that there was one contest a few years back where Keith and the guy that did small, I forgot his name.
Larry
Larry Renke, yeah, all flew that little X-wing fighter that the wings are slanted forwards. They all flew the same airplane, took first, second, and third in the contest. That kind of killed the contest, you know.
Yeah.
Was that in FA?
Go ahead. Yeah, it was half A.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have the ribs cut out to build one of those, but mine won't be foam wing. I tried to get foam wing cut and was unable to do it, so I built one up out of just balsa. And I had several people tell me, "You can't do that. You can't do that." I said, "I'm one of those people you don't tell can't do it because I'll do it just to spite you," and I did. It's not covered, but it's built down, hanging on the wall downstairs. It's got so much dust on it. I don't know if it'll ever be finished now or not, but you know. I started it once I got it built and it looks like it'd fly. I said, well, there's the challenge gone. So heck with it. Hung it on the wall. But anyway, we had a contest down in Huntersville this weekend and I went down and judged it. And I'm telling you, the flying was not that great because we haven't had the weather and you could tell nobody was as practiced as they should have been. But Buddy Barbie with a chiseler wore them out in 30. And the guy that won profile, I cannot call his name, and I know him. I'm having a senior moment, but flew very well with a profile that I can't remember his name either. Anyway, it was a plane that had been handed down to him, but the fun part of it, Will Davis's grandkids flew in both events, and I mean they did a heck of a good job. They put on a show that nobody cared. Everybody wanted the kids to win. They didn't, but we wanted them to.
Right.
But it was just so much fun. It was just to talk about a fun event. It was a really fun event. I think everybody had a great time. The RC club came and cooked us lunch, and just everybody had a great time. My wife was there, and she had a great time. And she's not even an airplane aficionado per se, but she had a lot of fun, and I think we all did. There was a fellow there had a big job for sale, $200 with an OPS 40 in it. So help me, if I'd had a way to get it home, I probably would have bought it. But it was a beautiful airplane. But we were in the Mustang convertible and loaded to go to South Carolina to see my daughter and grandson for the weekend. I had no place to put it, and no way to get it home, so I didn't buy it. Not like I really need another old timer, but anyway, it was a good looking airplane. What? Oh, Vicky says I am an old timer, but anyway. Oh well, anyway.
She probably couldn't resist that. That's all there is to that.
She sometimes just can't help herself.
Yes, you just can't help it.
But my favorite shirt, Gordy will remember this one. My favorite flying shirt, and I have many, is the one we got at VSC a few years ago that's got the 2 cavemen out there flying the the rock airplane.
Yeah.
Gray. You remember that one? That's my favorite old time shirt.
You got to find that and show it to us. I've never seen that one before.
Oh, I'll show it to you one weekend.
Yeah.
Right now it's in the dirty clothes. But anyway, it was a lot of fun. But we had I think everybody had a great time. If you get a chance to go to a fun fly and just participate, sign up. You know, I knew I was judging, so I had no reason to do it. But Tom Looper signed up to fly and didn't fly either flight. But we had a heck of a good time. Do what?
Who won expert?
There was only fly. It was a fun fly. It was on, you had profile and N30, and everybody flew together. The kids flew against the grown-ups. But you could tell everybody was, we haven't had any weather to practice in, and Buddy didn't fly the second flight. He said his motor was acting up, and he didn't even fly the second flight, but he won. I was one of the judges. I did not know he'd won. I don't know how the other guys do it, but I see a maneuver, I score it, and I forget it. I have no idea what anybody did. I have no idea who got what. I was as surprised as anybody who won it, because there was 3 guys there that I thought were pretty tight. And I really thought the guy that was in third place, that finished third, had done better than he did on scores. But I don't know. I can't tell you anything. It was Mike Walden and I judged N30. And it was a lot of fun. I had more fun this weekend with that than I've had in a while. And it was just a lot of fun. The kids were flying and just having a blast, and everybody was laughing and cutting up. It was interesting.
And let me ask Cha-Cha some question, because he hasn't been in the U.S. for a while, and he was in Florida. So did you learn anything from Orestes? Did you get any gems or golden nuggets you learned from Orestes hanging out with him?
Yeah, of course. Sometimes just watching and observing, and you learn plenty. I mean, I would have asked a lot of questions, and I got answers immediately that fixed certain things almost immediately, and I was happy about that. I'm hoping to get some more flights before I head to New York on Thursday. But it was good.
You're gonna fly in New York?
Probably not.
Well,
Probably not.
Modesto lives up there somewhere.
Yes, I understand he does. But I heard that the flying at Flushing Meadows kind of reduced over the years. A lot of people fly drones in the area. I'm not sure how true that is, but I don't know anybody there that could confirm that. So I probably may not.
Jose's approachable. He's a nice guy.
I'll probably reach out to him.
You
Yeah,
got an
I'll reach
airplane
out
for
to
you to fly.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Joe Daly.
Joe Daly's in New York?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't
think
realize that.
Will Tomorrow's in New York too.
Well, I'll reach out to them.
Yeah, it'd be great if you get a chance to fly out there in New York as well.
Yeah.
You'll go back home. You'll be a top flyer in Jamaica.
Trinidad.
Trinidad. I'm sorry. I moved you, and you didn't even feel it, did you?
Get your plane to turn as hard as Orestes does and lock the way his does, you will be way ahead in the game. Just learn to
Orestes,
trim. Get him to teach you how to trim one like his, where it turns and locks like his does. Because despite the design being a great design, they don't all turn like that. It's the way he's got it trimmed. And I watched him at the Nats close, and he's amazing. Man's got some reflexes that just aren't natural.
That's true.
he's flying an Aurora now.
That's his practice plane.
Oh, practice. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Electric is something else.
Yeah, and it's the same every time.
Yeah.
How many flights did you put up on the Aurora?
We did 18 flights total.
Wow.
Wow.
18 flights in one day?
Yeah.
That's pretty light for Orestes.
It is. But I had fun.
I bet.
Excellent.
Arm would be dragging the ground.
So what maneuvers did you pick up? Any maneuvers? As I not sure. Can you do the full pattern, or you can now?
Yes, I can. I just didn't want to try everything with his airplane.
Yeah, I understand.
And just got a few flights, just get accustomed to how the airplane turns and stuff like that. You know,
Mm-hmm.
tried stuff a little higher than usual, and yeah. So it was a good experience, and I went pretty far as well because where he flies is pretty far from where I stay in Florida. Probably a 2 hours drive or something like that.
It's a whole
So
lot closer than Trinidad, though.
what's that?
It's a whole lot closer for you to drive there than to come from Trinidad to see it.
Yeah. So it was good.
That is good, man. Happy for you, man. That's awesome.
Yeah. So are you gonna fly in the Worlds this year?
Probably not this year. I just want to come and learn as much as possible and see all these superstars I'm talking to here. Yeah. Take pictures.
You got a have you got a plane in the States yet?
In a box.
Oh, are you gonna build one and leave one here so you
Probably I'll get one of those, quick,
I just go
I
ahead.
have a vector here in a box to build.
Kit, or is it an ARF or
ARF?
Okay.
Because in terms of time, I just may not have the length of time to sit and build.
Right.
So I probably want to build that so that whenever I come, I have an airplane to fly.
Right.
I also went to Markham Park, and I just kind of hanged out with Alan, Howard Graves, who else? Russell Graves. Who else was there? Bob Whitney.
Oh,
yeah. So that Sunday was really nice. Hal
You need to
Hogan.
talk to him about making you some props. He's a great prop maker.
Yes. Hal Hogan as well.
oh,
Yeah. And a few other guys. It was really nice.
That's great, man. That's awesome. That's awesome. Happy for you, man. Really.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm going to end the live stream. We can continue on. So if you want to hang on, that'd be great. Let me just thank everybody for coming in. Appreciate it. We ended up with as many as 32 viewers and one new member and 31 likes. So no chat revenue. I don't know what it's going to take. I saw that Gary Sinclair donated $20 when you was doing your show with Dan Sparky.
Yeah.
I saw that. But
they're very few and far between right now.
Yeah, so if you can, we definitely would appreciate your supporting us just with super chats, or like you're not why not fly stunt. He joined. I don't know what rate he joined at, but if it's the bottom one, that's just 17 cents a day, $4.99. I mean, that's not a whole lot. So, but we appreciate it. Appreciate everybody. Hopefully, you have a chance to do some flying or work in your shop and come back Friday and tell